All right, welcome to my video on how to plant a plug. When you are getting ready to plant a plug, you're going to want to make sure you have all the tools you need, like a trowel, maybe a hand rake if you have mulch that you need to move out of the way, and of course your plants that you want to plant. Make sure they are the right plant that you are looking to plant in that spot, read the label, and some water. Now, if you have mulch in your way, you're going to want to get that out of the way. Now, in the garden beds that we're working in at school, we might have mulch in our way. We might have no mulch in our way if we've taken it out, depending on what bed we're working on and what's already there. So you can see in this video, I'm making sure that I not only have mulch out of the way of where I want to dig, but also a place to put the dirt as I'm digging, so that it's set to the side and out of my way. Now, the dirt that I'm digging in this video is very dry, compacted clay. A lot of the soil that we are going to encounter at school is also clay. You can see in this video, it's really dry and it's very difficult to break apart, but we want to break that apart as best we can. Now, if the clay soil is quite a bit more damp, it might still be sticking together quite a bit. We want to try to break it up without squishing it together. We don't want large clumps because they are going to make it more difficult for our roots to settle into the soil. So you can see in the video, I am trying to get the hole that I'm digging a little bit larger than the pot. And I'm going to set that in there just to make sure that I've got it at the right level, right? So that I don't have it too deep, that I don't have it too shallow, but just right. Now, some of the roots might be poking out the bottom. You can straighten those out. If the roots get a little bit damaged, it's not a big deal because that will actually encourage some root growth. You can see the dirt is trying to escape from the top. I'm using my fingers to hold that in place. Gonna rough up the roots a little bit. Get those corners out to encourage those roots to grow outward and downward rather than staying compacted into the shape they are. Right. Now I'm going to work on gently getting the soil in there. I don't want to use those big clumps. You can see I'm going to get some of the soil that is more broken up. Some of that is going to be able to be broken up. Some of those clumps are just too compacted for me to separate. Now, as I'm packing this soil in around the plant, I don't necessarily need to press the soil that the plant already has around it. That was part of the potting soil. But I do want to stamp down and really tuck in that plant nice and snug. Now, once I get all the soil in there, I want to give it a really good drink, help it settle in. Get the soil that I just added around it mixed in with the soil that is already around the roots. Right. And if we've got some clumps around it, push those to the side, let that water settle in from the first round, give it another really good drink if we've got the resources for it, and let that water settle in. Now, after we get that water settled in, we can, apparently this soil was very dry, so I gave it a really good drink. Once I think I have it watered well enough, which will depend on how dry the soil is to start with, I'm going to start putting that mulch back in place if I have it. Now, when we're doing this in our class, we might have mulch to put back. We might also be adding mulch at a later date. But you also notice that I'm leaving space between the base of the plant and the mulch. I don't want mulch right up against the base because that's going to encourage rot, and then we won't have a plant anymore. All right, everybody, good luck.